So this Shabbos Kriyas HaTorah is Parshas Noach, and I want to share with you a short thought on Parshas Noach. A thought which I think is a wonderful thought and a very relevant one. Noach ish tzadik tomem hoyu b'deirosav. We all remember Rashi. Yesh merabeseinu dorshim l'shevach v'yesh dorshim l'gnai. Yesh dorshim l'shevach. Tzadik tomem hoyu b'deirosav, in his generations, ilu hoyu b'deiron shel tzadikim hoyu tzadik yoiso. He would be a far greater tzaddik if he would be in a time, in an age of tzaddikim. V'yesh dorshim l'gnai. Ilu hoyu b'deiron shel Avram lo hoyu nechshav leklum. He wouldn't be considered at all. And three big kashas arise when we learn Rashi. If you could judge him favorably, why be dorish lignai? Chazal teach us in Ovis Havei Danis Kol Odom L'Kavschus, especially when we're dealing with a great tzaddik. Everyone agrees he was a great tzaddik. The Pasuk says, Tzaddik Tomim, Hoy B'deroisav, HaKadosh Baruch Hu turns to Noach and he says, Ki ois choro isi tzaddik lefone b'dera. Says, Lama lidrosh lignai. Number two, harsh language. Elehoya b'dera shel Avram lo haya nechshav leklum. Klum. Why klum? After all, he was a tzaddik tomim. And the third question, why those that were dorish l'shevach use the general term, b'dera shel tzadikim hoya tzadik b'yoisa. Hadosha Megnai specified, B'doiroi shel Avraham lo haya nechshav leklum. Why is that? What I think is this. This Shabbos, the Haftorah is Perek Nun Dalad of the Navi Yeshayahu. Ki mei Noach zois li. The Zohar in this week's Parsha explains, why does the Navi define the Mabul as mei Noach? Because Noach bears responsibility for the Mabul. And why is that? Noach was the only tzaddik. The one that really bears responsibility is Ki mala ha'aretz chamas lefanai, Ki hishchas kol basar es darkoi. The entire generation were evil and wicked people. The Zohar says, but Noach does bear responsibility. And why? He didn't daven for them. He should have been aware what an awful door that was, especially after HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells him, I'm going to destroy the world. And he doesn't care to daven for them. That is why the Mabul is defined and called the main Noach. Try to compare Noach to Avraham Avinu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Avraham Avinu, I am going to destroy a city. Which city? Not Yerushalayim, Chaz v'Sholem, not even New York. Zdoim. What happened in Zdoim? Roim v'chatonim. They're bad people. One city. Avraham Avinu doesn't live there. He doesn't know them. How does he respond? How does he react? He davens, he prays, he pleads, he begs, he cries. Ula yesham chamishim tzadikim. 40, 30, 25, 20. Please. It's very different than Noach's response. Kadosh Baruch Hu tells Noach, I'm going to destroy not a city, the entire world. So what am I supposed to do? Build a teva. Goes ahead building. Hadorshim lignai. Don't disagree with the dorshim l'shevach. Everybody agrees, ilo hoyu b'dorish shel tzadikim, hoyu tzadik b'yoisar. But the dorshim lignai say, in one aspect, Noach fell short. In one aspect, he did not fulfill his duty. Ilu hoyu b'doroi shel Avraham lo hoyu nechshav leklum. Compared to Avraham Avinu, Noach falls short. The Ari HaKadosh, Godel HaMekubolim, Lekutei Torah Parshas Kitiso, and the same in Magala Mukois, who was also one of the great Mekubolim. Magala Mukois, Oifen Kuf Samach Zayin, explain. Moshe Rabbeinu is a Gilgul of Noach. And Moshe Rabbeinu was metaken the begam of Noach. Ve'im ayin mecheni nu mesifrocho asher kosafto. Mechenu is oisios mei Noach. So the Zohar says, why does the Novi call the Mabel mei Noach? Noach bears responsibility. That was a pgam on Noach's side. And that is the pgam that Moshe Rabbeinu is metaken. Because the proposition that HaKadosh Baruch Hu offers Moshe Rabbeinu is the same that he offered Noach. So after Chet Hu Egel, when Klal Yisrael fell short of expectations, horribly short, Ad Shamelech b'msibo ner dinos en reichoi, the Gemara in Shabbos says, Aluvo kalo shemezano toy chiposo. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe, Va'ato hanichu li v'yechar api bohem va'achaleim ve'eso oischu legoy gadol. Let's start anew. I will destroy Klal Yisrael, achaleim, and I'm going to start from you. Ve'eso oischu legoy gadol. That's exactly what happened in the days of Noach. So with Moshe Rabbeinu it was Klal Yisrael. With Noach it was the world. How does Moshe Rabbeinu respond? Is he proud? Is he happy? We would expect Moshe Rabbeinu to say, what is it? Another Mabel? Do you want me to build a teva? What am I supposed to do? Moshe Rabbeinu goes to a greater extreme than Avraham Avinu. And Moshe Rabbeinu says, Va'ato, im tiso chatoson, ve'im ayin mecheni no mesivroch asher kosafto. That is the ultimate tikkun of Mei Noach. So the Ari and the Megala Mukas explain, mecheni is Mei Noach. That is the tikkun. A Godel Yisrael, a leader, a Manig Yisrael, his duty is not only to give Musar, also to daven and to plea for each and every Yid, a tzaddik or a rasha. So Klal Yisrael did the Egel, a horrible downfall. Ansheis doim roim v'chatoim. The Kohen Gadol bears responsibility for a hoilig nefesh b'shgoga that goes to the Ir Miklat. And that is how the Gemara explains the Makkos Daf Yud Aleph. He is free from the Ir Miklat at the demise of the Kohen Gadol. Hoyo loy lehispalel. And if the man killed a person before the Kohen Gadol was appointed, hoyo loy lehispalel sheyagomar din oy leschus. That is the duty. That is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu expects from Manhigei Yisrael. We are still in the midst of this terrible pandemic. So some of us think, we care for ourselves and we don't look around to see the pain and the suffering and the turmoil of so many families, so many people that passed away, and thousands that are suffering. We need to hear their cries, to feel their pain, their anguish. That is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu expects of us. So we need to wear masks and distance ourselves, but we also need to daven. And I'm not sure we're davening enough. We need to daven. We need to believe in the koyach of tefillah. In my shul, I made a very modest takana, very tzenua. Every day in the morning after davening, we say B'tzibur 3 Pirkei Tehillim. Chof, Mem Aleph, and Kuf Lamed. 3 short psukim. Doesn't take more than a few minutes. 3 prokim that are essentially about Rachamei Shamayim B'Shas Tzora. We should have been saying the entire Sefer of Tehillim every day, but I'm very well aware Terche de Tzibura won't work. 3 Pirkei Tehillim takes a few minutes. We owe it to each other. We owe it to our families, to our communities. We believe in koyach tefillah. So that's a takana in my shul. We need to daven like Avraham Avinu, like Moshe Rabbeinu. Shakadosh Baruch Hu Yerachem Aleinu Kodesh Baruch Hu said refuah shalema to all those that are ill. And if we daven for those that are ill, not only for the corona patients, for all the others as well, we need to daven to those wonderful families that lost family members, their loved ones. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should be machazik them and menachem them. And we need to daven that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should take this magefa away. Mena, magefa, manach losecha. And I say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when you ultimately decide to take away corona, take away cancer as well, and many other marin bishin, HaKadosh Baruch Hu yirachem aleinu v'alamu beis Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should send us only besoros tovos, yeshuos v'nachamos. Have a beautiful Shabbos, all of you. Good Shabbos, and we should be mevasa besoros tovos, and we should be zoche to be as a Moshiach. B'mheiro v'yomeinu, amen. Good Shabbos.